all you Maxability fans. Welcome back to the Lynch and Lanny Show, Season 3. All right. 18.1 is the reason we're here, so let's jump right to it. Lanny, give us a breakdown of the workout.
On Thursday night, the workout was announced. It was a 20-minute AMRAP. We had 8 toes to bar, 10 hang, power clean, and jerks with a dumbbell, and then a 14-12 calorie row.
It's a nice triplet. We got a little monostructural, got your gymnastics, got your weightlifting. Nice balance. Castro says we have a new movement coming. The clean and jerk, folks. Never tried it. Never tried it here.
Crazy.
Yes, it is a new movement with the dumbbell, but something we do all the time. No big deal. Just a long-ass workout. On our first note, as an athlete and a coach, I was really pleased that Castro has finally come up with a workout that really, truly tested our fitness level. On a second note, I finally have reached my goal of 2 years ago that Maxability has over 100 competitors this year. Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's huge. That's huge. We can finally get those Airdynes now.
Nice. It's going to be windy. Thursday night was our Thursday night announcement night. We have everyone come down and support our 6 athletes. This week, the theme was the OG night. We had 6 athletes that have been around for a long time. Our first matchup was the May versus Willie, the Battle of the Morales.
Little father-daughter matchup. Willie once again took out not only May this week in a head-to-head matchup, also his 2 other daughters, Haley and Allison, which seems to be the theme, not just every open they've ever been a part of.
Consistency is the key there. Mm-hmm. Before we pull them aside and said, hey, listen, everybody, we gotta make sure that you're here for a purpose, which is to put on a show. Mm-hmm. And Willie, the most coachable athlete in the group, truly did put on a show.
He delivered.
Rep after rep, just hanging from the bar.
Yep. He might have taken 45 seconds before jumping up to the bar to make sure that he could get all 8 toes to bar and broken every round. And the crowd loved it. They ate it up. He's about to be 58 years old. Still smoking his daughters.
He cleaned up, showered, and was babysitting Tyson before May finished the workout, even though it was late. Our next matchup was a battle between Princess Annam and C. Lee. It was only a few weeks ago that in that very same spot, C. Lee was busting the dance floor, and now he was busting out those toes to hammer.
Yeah. People were impressed. He was doing the mixed grip toes to bar. He figured out, I could switch it up, save my grip a little bit.
Yeah, neither athletes let down. Their consistency over the years showed as they were, moving through the workout very well.
So in one of our most anticipated matchups of the night, we had Pounder versus Vet. 2 really different athletes. You had Pounder, who's this big, powerful, strong guy on the rower. You have a Vet who's banging out toes to bar. So it was a nice little race where a Vet would get ahead at one movement, then Pounder would come back, catch her on the rower, and they kind of went back and forth for probably the first 10, 12 minutes of the workout until a Vet started to pull away at the end.
Pounder comes out possibly with the disaster decision of the week in my mind when he basically bicep curls to strict press early on in the workout. Yeah. His inefficiency, he came after the workout, he says that he definitely should have been more efficient in his movements, thought it would be no problem for him. Mm-hmm. But his shoulders were really taxed and it cost him in the rest of the workout. Yvette, no one really remembers, some of the rough patches that athletes go through here. You're not RXing workouts for a while and then you are. People don't really remember those times that they're not. Yvette had several months, maybe a year, where she wasn't able to RX workouts, but over the last few months has just been really crushing it. She's got some changes in her diet right now. She's doing some extra running on the side, and it just truly showed as she crushed this workout.
Yeah. When Pounder started to fade later on in the workout, she just kept going strong. Her engine, her consistency really came through at the end for her.
Ignore the post that she had ice cream just a few hours before the workout.
Yeah.
Other than that, her nutrition's been on point. Moving on to the rest of the weekend. An exciting weekend for our athletes because we had so many people that were able to RX this workout.
So our top scores so far for the weekend, we had Ryan.
Decent
effort for the men RX. Women RX, we had Alyssa. Men scaled Frank, and women scaled Daisy.
Week to week, during the open, the decision is always, for a few people on the fence of going RX or going scaled. So this week, a lot of those people decided to go RX, and it was nice. We had some people get their first toe to bar and then go ahead and put it into a workout. Amongst those people who had to make that decision, we have Jackie and Celeste, who decided to go RX. They get their first toe to bar on Friday practice session and then put it to use on Saturday for the workout. It was really cool. They got a bunch of rounds too.
Yeah.
And then the highlight for me, really, of the weekend is Stephanie Pinsdorf.
Steph kind of has a history with toes to bar over the past few opens. This year, maybe some smaller reps, 8 at a time, feeling a lot more confident, a lot stronger than she was back then, was able to kind of move through those toes to bars and get a lot of rounds.
Yeah, so she's an example for anyone who's starting CrossFit. A lot of people come in, maybe they just need to learn how to do a certain skill, and then they can just do it because they had the strength, right? Mm-hmm. I'm talking about that group of people who comes in and they're like, I want to be able to do this, but it's so far off. And then they could get frustrated, and it just takes a long time. Here's an athlete that's been around for so many years, just keeps on staying at the grind and getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. She's in the best shape of her life, and she's doing gymnastics movements and weightlifting movements that, she wasn't even close to doing years ago.
Exactly,
so
It's
it's a nice success story here at
absolutely.
Maxability. Great job, Steph. Well deserved. Okay, that takes us to this week's Rookie of the Week. We've got Daisy Gomez. Nice job this week. Really crushed it on the rower.
I think she was the only woman to get over 300 reps scaled.
She's happy with her score. She should be. She works hard every time she's here. And congratulations on a great week, Daisy. So wrapping up our first week, we got to talk a little bit about next week, 18.2. Mike, what do you think we got?
The first week of the Open, it has that tradition of, hey, it's week 1, it's very approachable, maybe a little bit lower skill. Next week, I'm looking for it to get kind of taken up a notch. Maybe some heavy barbells come out. I'm
going to go with the other approach that he's going to ease us into it.
Okay.
I think we're going to get that inviting wall ball. It's like still weightlifting, but it's just 20-pound ball, 14-pound ball, and some combination of handstand push-ups. And if he wants to throw in a triplet, maybe double unders. Good luck, people. We still have 4 more weeks, a lot of things to practice along the way. Let's continue to have some fun and get after it. Yeah.